You remember the Jim Carrey film Liar Liar?
Of course.
So Liar Liar had come out like a week before,
Yeah.
and all these kids were going to see Liar Liar, and it was M-rated, and I wasn't allowed to go, and I just copped it. Oh mate, we're thinking of go seeing Liar Liar. Oh, what's that? You can't come. Oh, gonna be some breasts. Oh, close your eyes, mate.
Good, man. You?
I'm good. I'm sorry I'm so late, my man.
It is so chilly out there.
It is cold. How are you, man?
Oh man.
Jason.
How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Very good.
Well done. Well done. Great show.
Thank you for being there.
I've been giving lifts to many comedians lately, and they all kind of say the same thing when it comes to performing.
When you do it, man, especially the adrenaline rush before you get on, so like it's just, I cannot explain it to you unless you're like, have you ever taken MDMA?
I haven't actually.
Neither have I. Right.
This is Joe White. I mentioned to Joe that one day I'd like to try stand-up, so he was giving me some pointers for when that happens.
But you just got this like nice charisma welcoming about you, so when you get on stage, yeah, some people might go, oh yeah, straight white male, especially in Melbourne.
Okay, okay.
But just start with, by the way, I'm South African, and then they'll go, oh god, possibly racist. And then this guy's in charge of apartheid, everyone, get him!
Fuck, alright. Yeah, stand-up's off the table.
No, it's not off the table.
What does your mum do?
She's a barrister.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I was sitting like...
you guys are sitting, I could see where you're sitting, pretty close.
Next to her.
Yeah.
And every time you told a joke, I would look over to her to see, like, because she was reacting to a lot of it. It was quite entertaining for me.
What was,
Okay, well, first and foremost, like, the proudest mum. At least
that's
from,
good.
from what I could see, I was just, like, beaming mum. I related to it because she kind of reminded me of my mum.
Oh, that's sweet.
Like, my mum watches every single video I put out, every single, like, piece of content I put out.
Really?
She watches it and she'll send me a message and say, like, that was a really great video every single week.
That's amazing.
I just got those vibes from your mum.
I think she's come to the show like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mum, that's fucking crazy. And I haven't been doing that anal beads bit I told tonight.
Yeah.
And then I said, Mum, I feel like I might do it tonight. And she's like, sweetheart, you know what I've said. I've said you can't do the anal beads bit. I don't know why you keep persisting as if it's funny when it's not funny. I'm like, but Mum, people laugh every time.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they're right, sweetheart. It doesn't mean they're right. Do better.
Because your mum is religious, was it difficult, like, to meet girls when you came to Australia?
She's very lovely to my friends. So my brother used to date this girl and he brought her over. This is how polite my mum is. He was in the room with his girlfriend. She doesn't knock at her house. She's like, I'm not going to knock in my house. You shouldn't be doing anything in this house.
Okay.
Right? That I would not approve of. I've raised you better, you know that? It's a Christian house. She opens this door, right? And my brother is in there with his girlfriend and she's topless. Right? And he's got his face like planted on her chest.
Okay.
Right? My mom opens the door, he's like, hey, want food, you know? And everyone freaks out. And my brother's like, ah! And his girlfriend's like, ah! And my mom just freaks out. But even then, she was still so polite. She's the first thing that comes to her mind. She goes, ah! My son good? And the girl's so confused. She's like, what? And my brother's like, get out. And I was like, I'm so sorry, I don't know.
When I was like 12 years old, I went to Adelaide to play football. And I got billeted to a family. We grew up like really strict Catholic family, go to mass every week. So she rang up the family I'm going to be staying with as a 13-year-old kid and said, listen, make sure you take him to mass on Sunday. And he's not allowed to watch any M-rated films, only PG and G. She said that, PG and G. You remember the Jim Carrey film Liar Liar?
Of course.
So Liar Liar had come out like a week before.
Yeah.
And all these kids were going to see Liar Liar and it was M-rated. and I wasn't allowed to go. And I just copped it. Oh mate, we're thinking of go seeing Liar Liar. Oh, what's that? You can't come. Oh, gonna be some breasts. Oh, close your eyes, mate. The reason they found out is because Mum said it to the parents. The parents told the kid told his thing, his friends, and it was over for me.
Was your mum part of the parent-teacher association?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yours too?
Mine was.
Obviously, we're not trying to, do anything we shouldn't be doing in our mum's house with our partners, but at the same time, it's like sometimes it's unplanned.
Of course, yeah. But, you got to get her ready for opening the door and just see her son's face and his girlfriend's tits.
My girlfriend's here.
I'll come back in an hour. Your mum sounds like an absolute sweetheart.
Dude, my mom's she's been through so much, man.
I get to Blockbuster, I get an MA 15 plus film. Remember, I'm 18 at this point.
Okay.
I get a 15 plus, it's like a Pacino, De Niro thing. I go up to the counter. There's a kid at my school, also at the video shop, and I go up to the counter, I'm like, yeah, just this one, thanks. She's typing in her computer, and she's like, sorry, Mr. Green, there's actually a prohibition you getting
Your account.
15 plus films.
Shut up.
I'm like, oh, I said, well, that's probably a mistake. I've got 3 younger brothers and sisters, and it's probably for them. And she looks at her computer, she says, no, it says including Joseph here. And she shows me it says including Joseph. No, 15 plus films for Joseph. I'm 18 at this point, dude. And there's this kid behind me in line, and he's like, hey, I can get it for you, Greenie. He's like a 15-year-old kid. I'll get it for you, Greenie. And I'm like, that's all right, mate. I'm almost about to burst into fucking tears out of rage and sadness. I call up Mum, fuck you. I should be allowed to watch M15 plus if I want to. I'm an adult.
Joe is from Sudan, and his stories from growing up in very extreme poverty are unbelievable. He came to Australia as a refugee when he was 11.
When we came here, single mom, 6 kids, they're like, go to Centrelink, and Centrelink will help you. They'll give you like 600 a fortnight.
Right.
And my mom, obviously coming from where we come from, which is, living on the streets and eating out of bins to survive, she doesn't believe in free handouts. There's no government that gave her free handouts,
So she thinks it's a scam?
She thinks it's a scam. So we go to Centrelink, and she's like, we have to suss this thing out. And I was translating, and I was only young, like 11, 12. I didn't speak English properly. And the lady goes, oh, young man, tell your mom we're going to give her $600 a fortnight. And I was like, hey, mom, this lady said she's going to give you $600 a fortnight. And my mom's like, check, ask her for what? I'm like, oh, mom wants to know for what? And the lady goes, oh, it's for the kids. And then I go, mom, it's for us. And my mom's like so upset, and she goes, no, the children are not for sale.
Oh my god.
What kind of country is this? Like they try to buy you,
I just remember TV would be on, and like you'd hear the word fuck, and my dad would be like, come on, turn that off, like kind of.
Really?
So dad enforced that.
How old were you at that point?
I mean, when that happened, I don't know, like 10.
Oh, dude, you were lucky. I wouldn't even be privy to the F word at 10. When I was 12, if Home and Away came on as an ad,
No.
close your eyes, la 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 la, Home and Away. I was like, what are they doing on Home and Away that I can't watch?
Teenagers kissing teenagers, that's not okay. We're part of that generation where there was usually one stricter, more conservative parent.
Yes.
When I meet 15-year-olds now, I don't know. And look, that came out really pedo.
When I meet 15-year-olds now,
I heard that.
there's
back.
just a different text.
They smell different.
My family immigrated to Australia when I was 6 years old, and it put a hell of a strain on the already not so great relationship that my parents had at the time. There were family arguments, a divorce, legal proceedings, and all kinds of uncomfortable shit that came about during my adolescent years. But the one thing that I will always lean on is the fact that my mum and dad did their absolute best with the resources they had available to them at the time to give my brother, sister, and I as many opportunities in life as possible. A word that I hear more and more of late is privilege, and the commitment that my parents have had to me and my siblings over the years has been out of my control and unwavering. In my opinion, that is a privilege, and it is something that I am extremely and endlessly grateful for.
And when I do this, it looks like I don't have a hair on top, so I gotta do that.
I still don't know how to take good photos, man.
Let me get it.
Alright. Catch you, man.
Take care, brother.
Such
Darren.
a pleasure, man.
Can't wait till next time, man.
I'll speak to you soon.
You have a great night.
You too, my man.
Cheers,
Thank
brother.
you. Thanks, man.
Yeah, brother.
Catch you.
Be sure to wish your mum a happy Mother's Day. She's probably done more for you than you realize. And remember to treat her well, because if you don't, I will. Alright, if you follow me on Instagram, you'd know that I've become a nose model. Yes, a nose model. It turns out that this is what the people want. In fact, I've applied for and set up an OnlyFans account. I'm waiting for it to be approved by them. I'll be explaining more on Instagram in the coming days. See ya.
And I tell everyone in my family that mum sold us, and then and I go, everyone cried except my older brother. He was just like, good, I hate this family.